But back to the knowledge thing. So just think about it. They had us doing skipping the critical thinking questions. And I asked the teacher that. She's a nice substitute. I was like, how come they always have us skipping critical thinking? And I didn't come at her like he was saying, like, oh, why you always had to skip critical thinking? She was like, well, you know, she didn't have a reason because they're not really responsible. They're just following the curriculum.
Right.
And when I was coming into this, I used to get aggressive kind of at the teachers, but they would get aggressive too because sometimes they didn't understand what the questions or know the answers. And then me being the so-called black man or more, they don't want me coming up asking questions. So they're saying, hey, stay in your place.
Right.
Don't ask no questions about knowledge or critical thinking. But keep in mind, knowledge is power. This is the critical thinking. This is why. That moves us to the next step, which is analysis. We're gonna
analysis
we're gonna break it down.
It's using these are every step's important. The applications where most people really can't go past. But if you can get past the application, you have to then analyze what's going on. What's the scheme of it? We took down this Jesus, but we took down this European Jesus, but what's going on around the world? What's going on? How come?
Why'd they put it up?
Why they put it up? Yeah. What's going on with it? Why are they doing? Is this like a bigger scheme? Are they doing this here? Are they doing this all over the world for a reason? I mean, there must be a reason because people don't function there. Like nothing that you see on the plane and manifest physically was not a thought first. So them putting up that thing had to be a thought. That means that they had to go through this path to critical thinking. So they critically thought, if we do this, it'll make a certain effect.
A line from a song is Heru, a poet. You can look him up. Heru, Heru, the spoken word poet. He said he was demonstrating on the European Jesus or white Jesus. They said if race, because a lot of people say race doesn't matter, he's the savior. But then you say if race didn't matter, then why'd they change it? Why'd they rearrange it? Can someone explain it? That's the analysis. So you explain it to yourself. You say, why'd they change it? Now, can you teach a little baby that race doesn't matter? Oh, it's just, it's just a spiritual being and the spirit came down in the bodily form and it was just a symbolic. Right. They're not going to understand that. Professors and PhDs
they're going to see that
that
skin tone and they're going to equate it with that.
In a world such as this, Naeem Akbar demonstrates on this. In a world such, Naeem Akbar, he's a so-called black psychologist. He demonstrates on this how he's saying that a child's not going to understand that. What they're gonna see is in this world is diametrical opposites. You have black, angel food cake, devil food cake. You see the rich people, white people,
black
smart
lies,
white people.
White lie. I mean,
black lie. Yeah, white lie is alright.
Black male.
Yeah, black male's always in jail. If you white, you on top. Black magic, white magic. So that's all they're gonna see. They're not gonna understand the science behind it. I mean, they could understand. We're not saying that they're just dumb because they're young, but they're not gonna understand this world. So that's where the analysis is. You just look at everything. Okay. Now, why are they telling us that we should vote if it doesn't matter?
Right.
Okay, what's the science behind this? What's the mathematics behind this? What's the scheme behind this? And it's not saying like, oh, everything's a conspiracy theory, but we're saying how does it work out? Like
things have to be explained.
How do things play out? Like maybe the Europeans just put white Jesus or European Jesus to connect with themselves. You know what I mean? To make it more familiar. But how does this play out on everybody else?
Right.
That's the analysis.
Right.
That's the analysis part.
Thinking about the intentions of it being done, who it's affecting, and the results of it. So that leads to
the next step, which is what?
Synthesis.
I love this step.
Synthesis.
Favorite step.
You want to demonstrate on it?
All right, I'll demonstrate it on here. Synthesis. Synthesis is you just bring together. There's different viewpoints, so I'm gonna let him demonstrate on it too. But synthesis for me is you bring together all the knowledge that you've been getting. Like and connected. A lot of people or information junkies or fiends, they'll get a lot of information. But okay, yeah, this is good. I got this. Oh, yeah, I got that. I got this. Oh, yeah, I learned this. But you have to connect things because things are separated. He demonstrated you can demonstrate it well. You said everything's connected. You said something about how everything's connected, but everything's connected. And so you learn. I'm trying to think of an idea. That's an example. I can't think of an example, but say you learn something about this in history class and then you learn this in biology. You have to connect everything because everything's connected. You learn how, you say you demonstrate on this. You learn about the Moors, right? You say there were free Negroes in the South and in the North. And the Moors are people who were slaves or who knew their nationality. And they were around here before the Americans or the Europeans. And they were there during the time and they were free. They were demonstrating, they were intelligent. Hence Benjamin Banneker. So you connect. Before the Civil War, there was 500,000 free Negroes. And then there's Benjamin Banneker, who's demonstrating on astronomy, mathematics,
So it must have not been the conditions
architecture.
that they portray. It must have not been those conditions.
Yeah, where it's just everybody's a slave. So you connect things, say, okay, now Benjamin Banneker, he was demonstrating on stuff that Thomas Jefferson wasn't even demonstrating on.
Or George Washington.
Or George Washington, or Benjamin Franklin. So it's not just like slaves. If Moore's demonstrating on stuff now, it must have been demonstrating on back then. So you connecting, synthesis, bringing all your knowledge together, and connecting it 360 in a circle, and making a complete understanding and a connection. That's what I get from it. And then sometimes another thing with synthesis, you might read something and that's just the junkie phase. It's just on the junkie phase because you don't understand it. But later on, you connect and you say, "Oh, okay, now I understand it.
Right.
Everything's connected." That's what it is for me.
Yes, similar to what you're saying. Add on, it's like comparing with other ideas that may not be completely parallel, but at the same time they're connected. So if you see that they said that the let's see, there's a lot of Jesus was European. So that means that one of the most holy prophets, or even some people actually think he's God, he's doing that. So that means that they're obviously putting that there so that people can think, oh well, we equate this with this, because images shape our reality. So if we see the image of a European person as God, we're gonna think, okay, well maybe the European person is more divine than I am, or maybe I'm my hair is bad and the way I am is bad. So synthesis is being able to draw from different areas and put it together and connect it to what you've already learned to be a truth.
Yeah.
So that's what the synthesis is.
Yeah, that's dope. It's real dope.
And the last step, which is evaluation. That's being able to make a final conclusion based on all the steps that you went through on what was being done. So to give an example, we're all taken from Africa or whatever, right? So if you learn that there was people here with Moorish names, and you learn that Queen Califia, California, is named after a black, so-called black Moorish queen here, and if you learn all this stuff, then you have to say, wait a minute, so I was lied to keep me away from some knowledge that was going to give me some power. So that's what evaluation is. It's being able to synthesize and put together all that stuff, but about that one topic that you're dealing with. So when I got out of Christianity, I had to make an evaluation. I said, okay, wait a minute, Christianity, it's not helping our people. You go to West Angeles Church and you go in these areas, and it's just a whole bunch of bougie, uppity of black people, or Negroes, because Negroes and blacks means the same thing. Different language, yeah. So you see all the uppity Negroes, and they're living, high on the horse with the they wearing all these nice clothes. But then look at Compton, look at Baldwin Hills, look at the jungles. So I was saying I had to evaluate that Christianity was not helping nobody. So that's what evaluation is making your last final judgment on whatever the topic was.
And another demonstration on evaluation, it's also like a overall, like, where's the camera? Like an overall encompassing and understanding of what you just learned, or a certain topic, like he said, or education, like how he demonstrated. Don't attack the employee, because you might be a teacher that, according to law, you have to teach the information, but you trying to incorporate it and make it better. You see the big picture. Evaluation is seeing the big picture. So you say, okay, Christianity might be good on the surface, but big picture, that preacher, Creflo Dollar, made $69 million last year. 69 million. T.D. Jakes charges $50,000 to go to a church.
Right.
So you see that there's some good preachers out there. That's why I say individual, but you look at the big picture. Okay, what's the big picture? That's evaluation. And you say it's the people who are designing the curriculum. It's not the people that are subject to it.
Right.
It's the people in the think tanks, or controlling the think tanks, not the people that are subject to it. You look at the big picture. That's evaluation. So just review this whole step pattern, critical thinking.
Make sure you go through each step.
Yeah, try and go through each step. Yeah. And then start the critical thinking. The main basis is learn the importance, learn the definition, and then go to curiosity, because curiosity will give you the knowledge that you need.